Hi, Alma. How are you? So good to see you. I'm so glad you came back in.
Thank you.
Awesome. And I see you
Hi.
brought someone with
Yes,
you.
this is my son Maurice.
Hi, Maurice. Pleased to meet you. I'm
Nice to
Dr.
meet you,
Jones. Welcome to Jones Chiropractic. So, Alma, since your last visit, are you pretty much kind of, is the pain, is it still the same where it was?
It's the same.
Okay, all right, great. Well, I'm glad that you brought your son because, as I told you, this is going to really serve you greatly having someone here that is just as vested in you are in your care and that really has a knowledge of the chiropractic treatments and what you're going to be experiencing and going through with your treatments, okay?
Okay.
Good, so yeah, you'll be really happy you did that. So, Maurice, do you have any questions about chiropractic?
Actually, I do not.
Okay. Can I ask you what your definition of health is?
Working out and eating right. I think that's it.
Okay, all right, and that's great. Yeah, it is. And in chiropractic, we really kind of look at health as not necessarily so much about how you feel, but more so about health is more so about all of the parts of your body really functioning at 100% capability, at 100%, of their potential. And so in order to have all of those parts of your body functioning properly throughout the course of your life, the best way to do that is to make sure and ensure the health of the nervous system. And the nervous system, quite simply, consists of your brain, which of course sits in here in your skull, and your spinal cord, which comes down through the vertebrae. And I explained this to your mom, but I just kind of briefly want to go over this with you so you'll understand. And so the spinal cord has little nerves that come off of it, and those nerves exit what we call the intervertebral foramen, these little holes right here. Can you see that?
I see it.
And so each of those nerves goes to different parts of your body. So like the nerves in your neck, the nerves that come off here, they innervate your ears, your nose, your throat, your arms, and your fingers. The nerves that come off your vertebra here in your thoracic, your mid back, and your your mid back are innervating your lungs and your chest and your rib muscles, and so they're really important for those areas of your body. And then as you come down further into the lumbar, we call these the lumbar vertebra. In fact, this is the area where your mom is really kind of experiencing difficulty. This is actually, these nerves are responsible for innervating your legs, your buttocks, your thigh, your feet, and your large intestine. So as you can see, having all of these function really properly is just very important to the health of so many things in your body. Now, so a lot of times people think that chiropractors are bone doctors when in essence we're really doctors of the nervous system. And we're doctors of the nervous system because as a chiropractor, I am responsible for detecting misalignments of these vertebrae. Sometimes things happen in life and these, we do things and these vertebrae kind of shift out of place and they get misaligned. And those misalignment of these bones we call subluxations. And so when you have the subluxation and the misalignment of those vertebrae, it affects the health of the nerves that come out at these various individual points. And then the different tissues and the organs that it innervates aren't really functioning fully because it starts right here and it's kind of like pinched off and it's not really functioning fully. So and so as a chiropractor, what I do is I locate these misalignments and these subluxations, and I actually utilize the chiropractic adjustment to the spine to ensure that getting these bones back into place so that everything is functioning properly. Okay. Okay. Good. So so now, any questions about that? You okay?
Not on this one.
Okay, good. So now we'll go ahead and, Alma, I just wanted, as I told you in your last visit, I was going to go over all your x-rays and your exams, and I did that. And I just want to let you know first that I'm really happy that I'm going to be able to help you. I can indeed help you with the pain that you've been experiencing, and I can help you with, your decreased range of motion. And I'm just, so I hope that you're happy about that because, yes, all is not lost. So what you have definitely can be helped. And So what I wanted to let you know what I found. So this is a picture, just a small one. I'll give you some other ones later on, but I just wanted to show you a snippet of the lumbar region of your spine. So this is a healthy spine, and then this is your spine. So in a healthy, normal spine, there are three big things that we really look for. We really look for a normal, healthy disc space. Making sure that the discs are well hydrated and that they are the proper size, and so that shows when you see the black area, that's the disc space. So we look for healthy disc spacing in the height in between the vertebra. And then the next thing that we look for that really stands out is the curve. And so this red line right here is the normal curve that your lumbar vertebra should have in this region. And then lastly, we look at the vertebral bodies, and we're making sure that these bodies have a nice smooth edge. Now, when we look at your spine, we see here that first, you've got here in your L3-4 region, you have some narrowing disc spacing. And so that means that your intervertebral discs, like this little jelly-like substance here, is kind of decreasing in size, so the vertebrae are beginning to close in on one another. And then also what I noticed here is that you have a little bit of beginning formation of bone spurs. And those are just really kind of calcium deposits that grow as the spine is decaying. It begins compensating and overgrowing and forming more bone. And we call those osteophytes, or you can call them bone spurs as well. And then the last thing is, see how you have that nice line here? You have this line right here. This is your line. See how it's kind of disjointed? So that shows that the vertebrae are shifting around and you've got that misalignment. So so that's pretty much where you are, and that's pretty much what's going on with you. So I would like to begin treating you with three different areas of treatments. I want to treat you with the spinal adjustments. I want to give you some physiotherapy modalities, some E-stim. Those are like electrical currents, and those are going to help you with the pain and also with the healing process as well. And then I'm going to have some exercises that I want you to go home and to do while you're at home during the course of this treatment. Okay. All right. And again, did you have any questions so far? Okay, good. So so those are the three areas, and then here is a packet of information that I put together with you that kind of shows you again what the different phases of degeneration in the spine. So you're kind of like in between. There are 4 phases, and as you can see, here's a normal healthy spine as I showed you there. And then phase 1 is typically just when you have the vertebra out of place, and then phase 2 is kind of like where you are, where you kind of begin seeing the osteophytes forming on the vertebra. And then phase 3 and phase 4, as you can see, the osteophytes are really beginning to take over. The discs the vertebrae begin closing in on one another, and of course, that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to avoid with this care for you. Okay? And again, this process can really, I don't want to use the word reverse, but it can really halt this process, and you'll definitely see some improvements. And my goal is to make sure that you are living a better quality of life, because you mentioned to me that you've got grandkids, that you love your grandbabies and you haven't been able to bend over and pick them up. You told me that you have a flower garden that you absolutely love, that you couldn't even get out into and work in this summer. So by the time spring rolls around, Alma, I want to make sure that we get you to a place where you can do all of those things just like you did them in your 20s and 30s. Good. Okay? Yes. All right. Ready. So initially, I want to begin seeing you, and I wrote this in your packet. You can take this with you. I want to begin seeing you initially, because there are 3 phases of care. You've got your initial phase, then you've got your corrective phase, and a wellness care phase. The initial phase, I'm going to be restoring the function of your nervous system. In essence, is what I'm going to be doing. And so for that phase, I'd like to see you 3 times a week. So that takes a little bit more time. And I want to see you 3 times a week for the first 4 weeks. And then weeks 5 through 6, I want to see you 2 times a week, okay? And then for the corrective phase, I want to see you, then the corrective phase is more so is beginning to restore the function of your actual spinal column. And for that phase, I'd really like to begin seeing you, I want you to come in twice a month for 6 months. And then we can work into moving into the wellness aspect of it. And the wellness aspect is just like when you have a car and your engine needs to be serviced and you have to get oil changes. So I want you to think about your spine as your engine and the oil changes is like the adjustments, and that's how important this is, okay? And so the total for all of these visits is going to be $2,400. And so if you don't, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so when would you like to set up your first visit?
What about Monday?
Monday would be fine. So just stop by the front desk and make your appointment, and I will see you then. Maurice, thank you again for coming in.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. So great meeting you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Elma.
All right.
I'm glad to have you on board as a patient.
Thank you.